All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, or Chakadash, which Yahweh, that's the Heavenly Father's true name. Yahweh Shai, this one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, it's his true name. And Chakadash, that's the Holy Spirit. And I also want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well in the scriptures. Salutations to all the brothers out there who are pushing this word in all truth and in all sincerity. And this lesson is mainly, for the younger Akim out there. All right, and this lesson is inspired by a conversation that I had with one of the new brothers that's been showing up for some time now. And this brother, which I actually knew him in the world. And it's beautiful that he, got brought in, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai. But basically he asked if any brothers wanted to break some bread. So I said, hey, you could, come over and, we can, break some bread, chat it up for a little bit. And, when he came over, we talked about, several different things, several different topics came up. And one of the topics that, was mentioned was how, you have to have a balance in this truth, okay? And pretty much I was telling him how, you can't be, over righteous or over wicked, as the scriptures say, which, you know what? Let's start it off with that right now. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 16. It says here, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. And it says, why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Okay? And, pretty much I was telling him that, you have to have a balance in this truth. You can't constantly, be, in the scriptures reading all day or watching videos all day or whatever, or making videos, whatever it is, you can't be doing that, all the time. And I was telling them that you have to have, a balance, and you have to, please your flesh. And what I mean by that is you got to do, I'll say this, you have to do lawful things, lawful carnal things, for yourself. For example, you may want to go grab a drink and, grab some dinner. Maybe you want to spend some time with, your woman or your children. Or maybe you want to go work out, play basketball. Maybe, play some music. Whatever it is, that you like to do, carnally speaking, that's lawful. You have to, do those things. Okay? Because if you're, nonstop, in the spirit, so to speak, hey, you're going to burn yourself out. And you end up going to be falling. All right? And I, basically, gave a testimony on my, situation when I first came into the truth. And pretty much the first, about year and a half, 2 years, I didn't really deal with, any women. And all I would basically do was, go to work and just, study, break bread with brothers, go to the line, watch videos, read. That was it. That's all I was doing. And at some point, like I said, around the year and a half, maybe 2 year mark, I ended up, feeling a little burnt out, feeling basically off balanced. And I prayed to the Lord, for a woman. I thought, I asked the Lord, if he could, bless me with a woman so I can have, some balance. And the Lord ended up giving me that. Okay? And you got to do these things from time to time. Because if not, as it says here, let's read it again. Ecclesiastes 7 and 16, it reads, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? See, you'll kill yourself, so to speak. You'll kill yourself. You'll be worried about, every little thing. Was my garment, 100% of the same fabric. Does this food have, pork in it, or does it have shellfish? Because, I'll say this, Esau, puts these little things in our food, and, we can't do nothing about it. It is what it is, But But if you're over righteous, you'll lose your damn mind, man. Or you'll lose your mind if, if let's say if you start, let's say if you have a woman and all of a sudden she doesn't have her head wrap, on you, all of a sudden you're losing your marbles. Now your whole, your whole household's all messed up because there's too much, fighting and conflicts. You got to let certain things slide, man. You got to wink at, particular things. Those are just a couple things. And like I said, hey, if you're reading too much or watching too many videos, it's going to burn you out, spiritually speaking. So that's why you have to, have a little balance to, to your life. All right. And let's get that. Let's get Proverbs, the 11th chapter. All right. This is Proverbs 11:1, and it reads here, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. See, a false balance, that's an abomination. See, the Lord, He doesn't want you always in the truth 24/7, so to speak, all right? I'm using that loosely, by the way, all right? Because we should always be, in the truth. But you know what, like I said, I'm using that loosely, It's, like I said, it is too much. The Lord doesn't want that. He wants you to do things, for the flesh at times. And I'll say this, those things, will, give you some relaxation in this world. And the second thing too is you'll actually learn from these carnal things, so to speak. Hey, you dealing with the woman, it'll give you more wisdom on how to treat your woman, or how to deal with women in general. All right. Or let's say if you spend time with your children, it'll teach you, let's just say patience. Okay. It'll teach you how to be a better teacher, give you better discernment. Okay. Hey, you working out, hey, that'll get you in that mind frame of having, that warrior spirit as our forefathers have, like King David. Okay. The men of valor, Samson, etc. You see? Though the Lord, He wants you to do these things because it's gonna bring something spiritual out at the end of the day, anyways. Okay. You see. The point being, though, is that you can't have that false balance, because it says here. Let's read it again. Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight. You see, that's a delight to the Lord when things are balanced out perfect. Okay, and I'll say this: that's probably the hardest thing in this truth, is having a proper balance, not being too far left, not being too far right. That's probably the hardest thing in this truth. To get in that happy medium. Where we're constantly juggling things, nonstop. All right. And that's why you always gotta examine yourself. You have to have that daily examination, because like I said, you don't want to be too far to the left or too far to the left or to the right, because like I said, you don't want to be constantly in the scriptures, constantly watching videos to the point where it's now affecting, let's just say, your work life, or it's affecting your family. So say if you have a family to take care of, you don't want that. Or even for, like I said, even if you're by yourself, you just don't want that messing with your mind, man. All right, for too far to the right. Hey, but you don't want to be too far to the left, where you're now being a slack in your studies, being not fearing in everything, okay, as the scriptures tell you to do. All right, you just being careless, pretty much. And you don't want that. You don't want to be pleasing your flesh too much to the point where now you're falling, basically. Okay, but that's pretty much it. I don't want to drag out this lesson. It was just straight to the point lesson. Like I said, this is mainly for younger Akim, because like I said, I've using myself for an example. I remember when I first came in, I was just nonstop, for lack of words, like I said, I'm using it loosely, all about the truth. I had no balance, and got to the point where it was starting to affect me. It was starting to affect me where I almost felt like I was burning out. The scriptures say this too. Remember, the race isn't given to the swift. Okay. Hey, you got to have a steady pace in this truth, okay? So you got to be like a marathon, runner. They're just not, running full, speed the whole race. And they keep that perfect speed. So, hey, they're going fast, okay, where they're, winning, but they're not, burning themselves out. Because if they do too much, the next thing you know, they're going to get tired. And then, hey, the racers, behind them, hey, they're going to, bypass them. You see? All right. So, hey, just, just keep that in mind, Akim. All right. But with that, I'm going to end it off. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Shem Shai. Also, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers. Shalom.